You might be new to YouTube. You may have been trying to get your YouTube channel to grow for a while and you're just not getting the results that you want. It could be because you've been making a lot of mistakes when it comes to your YouTube channel. Maybe, if we're honest, you didn't put in as much effort as maybe you should have. But this is your year. And I'm gonna tell you how to make it happen, starting right now. So the very first thing that you gotta think about is the way that you think about YouTube. It's important to think about audience development more than it is to think about growth, because growth is the result. Development is the actual process. So if you're just wanting the growth, then you're skipping a whole bunch of steps in order to get you there. If you embrace the audience development process, then you're embracing the process and it makes your results come faster and it makes you approach the entire thing in a completely different way. And if you really want to speed things up and you want to get views as fast as you can, you want to get subscribers as fast as you can, and all the other stuff that you want as a YouTube content creator, you also need to do the following things. Every single one of these is extremely important. One, you gotta set goals. If you don't know what it is that you want, then you're gonna have a really hard time getting there. And of course, because we're on YouTube, the default here is, hey Nick, I want views and subscribers. However, if you can dig deeper, if you can go deeper inside, you can be like, hey, I want to accomplish this specific thing because it will do this for me in my life, or I want to accomplish this specific thing because it will help other people do X, Y, Z. The idea is to give you something that you can embrace along the journey so that you are not just focusing on views and subscribers. Now, of course, the views are going to be what helps you achieve some of those goals, because when people are watching your videos, that's what helps you have the impact or get whatever it is that you happen to be after. But the deeper goal is going to help you do some of the things that I'm getting ready to tell you. Like number two, which is try to think of who it is that you're trying to reach with your videos. Let me explain why. When you know at least a general idea, I mean, the more specific that you can get, the better, but when you know at least a general idea of who it is that you're trying to reach with your content, it helps you come up with better video topics, because then you can directly target those people with your ideas. It helps you make better thumbnails that those people will respond to, because you can use imagery that those people are more likely to recognize as something that they are interested in, or that they are intrigued by, or that they are curious of. It'll help you write better titles, because you're going to be more in tune with what it is that those people actually care about and the things that would be more likely to make them click on your videos. And of course, it's gonna help you make better videos as well, because when your videos open up, you're gonna be able to speak directly to those people that you're trying to reach in your editing decisions and how you design your set, the music that you use, all the stuff. If you know who it is that you're making videos for, you're gonna make all of that more effective, which in turn will cause people to subscribe to your YouTube channel at a faster rate and keep coming back to your channel, which will also help you gain momentum on the platform and start generating way more views. And there's a lot of nuance in that part of it, and we'll get into that in another video, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. But anyway, the next thing that you wanna do is you wanna make sure that the market matches your expectations. So for example, if you're making content in a smaller niche or niche, then in that situation, the market itself might not be able to generate tons of views for you with the type of content that you're going to be making. But if there's a larger market for it, then that gives you a lot more opportunity, because there's a higher amount of interest in the things that you are making videos about. That's great, Nick, but how do we check to see what the market looks like for the type of content that I make? The easiest way to do this without doing a ton of research is simply go to YouTube and look for content like yours, check out the channels that are making that type of content, see the results that those channels are getting. You can also hop on Google, Facebook, and Reddit and do some searching around the type of content that you make in terms of topically the type of content that you make. And that will give you insight into what's available around the type of content that you make. If you find a lot of stuff like, hey, there's a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of subreddits, there's a lot of people making YouTube videos and TikToks about this, and they all have a lot of people interacting with them, then in that case, you probably have a pretty good chance at growing a channel rapidly, or at least growing a channel big over time. With that said, for you gamers, the same exact thing applies to the games that you're playing too, right? You wanna say, okay, is this a really popular game, or is this a game that only hardcore fans are into still? If it's a really popular game, then in that situation, that gives you the opportunity to get in front of a lot of people because there's a higher amount of interest around it. If it's for the people that are just hardcore dedicated to that game, then in that situation, the channel might not grow as rapidly, but you might become a big fish in a small pond in that situation, because you are so into that thing that a nice amount of other people are, but it's just not as many as the more popular stuff. And because of that, you have to either balance your expectations with that, or think really outside of the box and try to think of other ways that you can combine with your content type with another content type to bring something that's completely unique to the space. The next thing that you have to do if you want to grow your channel this year is you have to figure out how to be consistent. School happens, work happens, life happens just in general. That's just part of the whole thing. So if you are going to be a YouTube content creator, what you have to do is you have to figure out how to work the process of creating and uploading videos into your lifestyle. And look, I know it might sound like a bit much, but the thing that you got to think about is if you are going to be putting out a video per week, that's 52 videos per year, you have to think, okay, what do I have to do over the course of a week to be able to put out one video per week? And is it possible with the type of content that you make to be able to make more than one video in one sitting? Like when you turn on your camera to make videos, or you get out your artboard to make videos, or whatever it happens to be for the type of content that you make, you have to try to think, hey, is there a way that I can make more than one video while I'm in the process of creating right now? If so, do it so that you can start putting some videos to the side so that you build up a queue of videos over time. That'll take a lot of the pressure off as long as your content type supports it, and that will ensure that you stay consistent over the next 365 days. Things that can help you stay consistent are coming up with video ideas while you're doing other things and writing them down on your phone or whatever it is that you're taking notes on. And instead of thinking of just one video idea, think of 5 video ideas or 10 video ideas in one sitting. When you record, if possible, try to record more than one video at a time. If time allows, let's say for example, you have all of Saturday or all of Wednesday where you can dedicate that entire day to your YouTube channel, then in that situation, maybe you spend that entire day just editing the videos that you recorded. But consistency is really important. So you wanna make sure that you stay consistent on YouTube as much as possible for a bunch of different reasons. The next thing that you wanna make sure that you're doing if you are wanting to grow your YouTube channel this year is to research your video topics before you make the video. This is gonna help you with a couple of things. When you're researching your video topics, one, you have to define what your video is about before you actually make the video. And the really cool thing about that is it actually helps you with your titles because you have to, personally, you have to look for what it is that you're gonna be making your video about so that you can research it for the sake of knowing if you should make that actual video or not. Another thing that researching your video topics before you make your videos is going to help you do is look at the competition and see what other videos that you're going to be competing against for that topic so that you can make a better title, you can make a better thumbnail, and you can watch some of the videos on the same subject so that you can make sure that your video is better than their video or it's at least competitive with the other videos that are available on the same topic. The next thing on the list is to make sure that you learn all that you can about YouTube, because if you're going to be uploading here, it's important to understand all the features that you have at your disposal. It's important to understand how the platform actually works. It's important to understand what your YouTube analytics are, what your creator studio is, all the terminology that goes along with being a YouTube content creator. And when you're learning, take notes on everything that you learn. Anything that one of the help videos say, or when you're reading a blog about YouTube, or if you're going through the YouTube Creator Academy, which is free, by the way, take notes on all of it. Anytime you run across an idea and you're like, yeah, you know what, I should try that on my channel, write it down so that next time you go to make videos or next time you are looking around your YouTube channel, you can say, hey, these are my notes. These are the things I'm keeping track of, or the things that I want to make sure that I'm doing and applying. And am I applying those? Or how can I apply this to what it is that I'm doing? The notes will keep you on track and they'll make you a better content creator over time. The next thing that you need to do to ensure your channel growth this year is to learn how to read and interpret your YouTube analytics. If you're new to YouTube and you don't know what your analytics are, they are your statistics behind your YouTube channel and every video that you publish. You don't have to learn every single thing inside of your stats, but it's really important that you do start learning and interpreting your stats because that is basically the roadmap to your YouTube success. And really quick, if you don't know where to start when it comes to your YouTube analytics, you don't know what to look at, you don't know what's important, anything like that, my buddy Roberto Blake, he made an entire live stream, actually. It's like a 5-hour live stream where he goes through everything in detail, tells you what things mean and all of that. I'll put a link to that at the top of the screen. But at the very least, it's important to make sure that you're looking for your audience retention reports. And you can Google, if you're not familiar with what that means, you can Google it to figure out exactly where to find it. But you need to get familiar with your audience retention reports. Those are a second-by-second report of how people are responding to your videos. So they help you make better content. You need to pay really close attention to your click-through rate compared to the impressions that you're getting on your videos. And what that means is YouTube shows your videos to people on the platform. Every time they show your video to somebody on YouTube, that's an impression. Your click-through rate is how good you are at converting people into a click, getting people to click on your thumbnail and title when your video is shown to them on the platform. And it's also important to make sure that you know where your views are coming from. So for that, you want to look in your traffic sources in your YouTube analytics. You can find that in Roberto's live stream that I talked about before, or you can just Google where to find traffic sources in my YouTube analytics, and there'll be a ton of results that come up for you. Another thing that you need to pay close attention to on your channel is the topics that perform better. For example, if you make videos about tomatoes, do you get more views typically on the views about tomatoes compared to the videos that you make about potatoes? If the answer is yes, I get more views when my topic is around tomatoes, then in that situation, that's the direction you need to lean on if you're trying to get more views. If you notice that your potato videos get more views, then in that situation, then you need to lean more on the potato content because that's the stuff that people are responding to more. Another thing that you want to pay close attention to is the actual video links that perform better on your channel. If you notice, this is weird, every time I upload videos that are over 5 minutes long, they typically do better on my channel, then in that situation, that tells you that you should start uploading videos that are more than 5 minutes long. And on the other side of that, you might notice that, hey, when I upload videos that are 15 minutes long, those videos do awesome compared to the videos that I upload that are 10 minutes long, or the videos that are 20 minutes long, but you get the idea. But as a content creator, it's really important to make sure that you're paying attention to all of these things if you're serious about growing your YouTube channel this year. The next thing is to deeply integrate in the communities around the type of content that you make. This isn't something that's required, but it's something that can help you accelerate things because it will help you get more insights and a deeper understanding about what the people who are consuming your content, the people that are interested in the things that you're making videos about, it's gonna help you get a deeper understanding for the things that they care about, the things that are important to them, the things they don't like, the things that they really like a lot. And when you hang out in those communities, it gives you a much deeper understanding of the audience that you're trying to reach with the content that you're making. And a bonus for this is you can also become known in some of those communities as the person that makes YouTube videos about that topic, which will also help you get views. And you'll just get to have more conversations with other people that care about the things that you do. A really cool place for this right now, there's an app. It's an invite-only app at this moment right now because everything's in beta. They're just kind of rolling it out. So by the time you see this video, it might be open, publicly. But there's an app called Clubhouse, which is really great for this, to where it's basically rooms full of people that are just having open conversations, verbal conversations. You can just kind of listen to it in the background around the things that you care about. It's pretty cool. And that's not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. Nothing in this video is sponsored in any way, shape, or form. It's just something cool that I've found out about recently, and I'm digging it. So I wanted to tell you about it. The next thing that can be helpful for you growing your channel this year is to learn how to use all of the YouTube tools that you have at your disposal. So for example, you have TubeBuddy, you have TubeSpanner, you have Morning Fame, just to name a few. Go and research all these tools and get familiar with how to use them. Some of them have free features, some of them have paid features, and the features that they have available can really help your videos get discovered on the platform. They can help you test your thumbnails so that you can make sure that what you're making is effective. They can help you research your video topics. They can help you script your videos, all types of amazing things within all of these YouTube tools that are available. And as a content creator, you should get familiar with them. I've got links to a handful of them down in the description below. Those links are affiliate links where if you end up upgrading in the future, I will get a commission for it. However, I don't care if you use those links or not. You can look at the name and Google it if you want to. I don't care. I just want you to get familiar with the tools so that you can give yourself an advantage this year. And another thing when it comes to growing your YouTube channel this year is you might just need to make more videos. I put a video together with some data that I got from TubeBuddy sharing how many videos on average it typically takes people to get a certain amount of subscribers on their YouTube channel. And the people that are watching that are just having their minds blown because they're like, oh wow, okay, that kind of demystifies stuff. Maybe I just need to make more videos. So I'll put a link to that right here and you can just go ahead and check that out right now. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.